Hey everyone, who loves a good Hallmark movie, especially at Christmas time? I love a good Hallmark Christmas movie. Why? Because it always pictures the best little Christmassy town, and it makes you think, oh, I want to live there. So me and Johnny and our fuzzy little dog Chewy loaded up in Sparky, our Jeep, and our adventure wagon, our little tiny camper, and we pulled it to 10 cities over a weekend to try to find the most Christmassy Hallmark movie city that we could find. So we did visit 10. And some of them were good and some of them were not so good, according to us. Now, different people like different things. One thing a Hallmark movie always shows is a Christmas city in snow. Now, we live here in Northeast Georgia, so we visited Georgia towns and some North Carolina towns because they're kind of right above us here in Georgia. And we didn't find any snow, but that's just typical here. We don't normally get snow before Christmas time. So minus the snow, we did find some great shopping, some really cute little mountain towns that were really nicely decorated. So I'll go through all 10 and give you my thoughts on them. This is Chewy, our fur baby. He went along on this adventure with us, and all the cities we visited were very dog friendly. The very first city was Ella J. We absolutely loved Ella J. It was really cutely decorated. The shop owners and the shopping were fantastic. The shop owners were very, very friendly people. Chewy met Mason at the little animal store, and they shared a treat together. We really enjoyed Ella J. Could have spent a lot of time there. The second city we stopped at was Blue Ridge. Now, we did not get out at Blue Ridge. We drove through the city several times just to kind of scope it out. We were on a timeline, so we needed to move on. But Blue Ridge was super cute, nicely decorated, and there were multiple shops. There was a lot of people there. I think it was one of the busiest cities that we went to. But you could have just spent hours and hours at this little city. Definitely want to come back and visit Blue Ridge when we have more time. The next city we visited was Bryson City, and we really enjoyed Bryson City. It was a very festive little town. There were kids and families everywhere walking around in their little pajamas. It was super cute. The reason they were in their pajamas is this is where you would get on the Polar Express to ride the train for the Polar Express. So everybody was in their little pajamas, and little kids were walking around with a golden ticket in their hand. Really cute, festively decorated city. We really did enjoy it. The food, there was so many choices on food. We really enjoyed the restaurant that we ate at while we were there. And then, of course, Santa Claus was there, and he visited with us, and he took some pictures with Chewy. The next city was Dillsboro. Dillsboro was on our nighttime list to visit due to the fact that they were having a luminary festival. They do this every year. The first two weekends in December, they have a luminary festival. There's over 2,500 luminaries. Now, I didn't count them all, but they were all over the place. Super cute, very decorated. They also had live music on several of the streets where there was shopping. Good shopping here in Dillsboro. It was the only city that we visited that had a Christmas shop. And to me, a Christmas shop just screams Christmas City. When we visited Santa in Bryson City, he suggested that we drive through Whittier that evening. He said it is the North Pole of the Polar Express. This is where the train will, its destination, and then turns around and goes back to Bryson City. So we went by, and there was several houses that were cutely decorated, lots of lights. I'd love to ride on the train to see what the story is behind each of the decorated houses. Silva was the first city on the next day that we stopped at. We accidentally stopped here. We took a wrong turn and the GPS routed us through this little town, which we absolutely loved. It had the cutest little general store that we shopped at, bought a lot of Christmas gifts. It's another one of those cities I think we would love to go back and visit when we had a little more time, because it was not on our list. We kind of just drove through it, and we hit it kind of early that morning, so not all the stores were open, but we enjoyed it. Franklin, North Carolina was our next city. Really cute town, great shopping here. I loved it. One street down and one street back. And it was nicely decorated. I think our favorite thing was the little town center. They had photo op things set up where you could get really cute little picture opportunities. They had a big Christmas tree. I'd love to see this at night. I bet it's very nicely lit up at night. You can see here all the little fake house that was like just a little board, and then this was like a postcard. They had a truck out there where you could sit and take pictures. Again, just a really cute festive little city. We really did enjoy it. We found a really cute little general store that had delicious coffee and some old toy type items in the general store. They also had a great donut shop that had lots of fun flavors. We enjoyed tasting different flavors of donuts. Hiawassee was our next city. Now, when we put in Hiawassee in our GPS, it took us to Bale Mountain, which we loved. We love hiking, but it is not for the faint of heart. It was a very steep, curvy road. Luckily, Sparky pulled the adventure wagon up the steep mountain just fine. And then it was just a little hike. It wasn't much. It was on a pavement. You could get up and see just beautiful, beautiful views. So I do suggest, if you're in Hiawassee, go to Bale Mountain. You will really enjoy it. Don't be in a hurry. Take your time on the little curvy mountain road, and then be patient going up. We did find a little town square that had some decorations, but that was about it. We could not find cute shopping. It seemed to all be spread out. Later on, someone told us we went to the wrong spot. So they said you needed to go to the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds, and there was a Christmas village set up there. We did not see that, so we can't speak to that. But otherwise, it was a nice drive through, and like I said, Bale Mountain was super cute. If you are up in Hiawassee, make sure you go to Bale Mountain. Blairsville was a really cute town. I loved their decorations. Our favorite store there was Mountain Mercantile, I believe the name of it was. They had samples, they had cute craft ideas, some interesting fun shirts. I think the shirts, Life is Good shirts, they had a lot of those, really nice. Here you can see they took hay bales throughout the city and decorated them for Christmas. Really, really adorable. I love towns that have the courthouse in the middle and then you can walk around them. Super cute. So definitely try out, visit Blairsville City. It is super cute. And then the last city that we visited was Helen, Georgia, which we only live about an hour from Helen. So we visit quite often. In the summertime, we tube down the river. When we wanted just a little mountain getaway, we'll just take a drive up to Helen. So it's a very, we go all the time. So a lot of people think of it as a Christmasy city. If you don't know much about Helen, Georgia, it is like a little German town. Really cute, but it is very much touristy, a touristy little town, but still great. Now, our favorite thing to do is to get pizza at Natahuchi Pizza Tavern, and then we take it to Betty's and sit out on the patio and order a drink and then sit there and have pizza. You can see Chewy's wanting some pizza too. And then be sure to always go into Betty's and get a big cookie. Go back to her bakery. Her cookies are fantastic. The particular day we were there, the parade was going on, so the traffic was horrible, which it is always horrible in Helen, but make sure you visit it if you've never been. This road trip was definitely a fun adventure that we took with Sparky and then Sparky's adventure wagon. Our adventure wagon is a 5x8 cargo trailer that we have turned into a tiny camper. One day maybe I'll do a video on it. We are still in the process of creating it and making it perfect. It is small enough for my Jeep, which is a 2-door Jeep, to pull. And then, of course, our fuzzy baby enjoys all of our adventures that he gets to go on.